What is going on YouTube? This is AJayPay bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This one's against scarletspider and it's a UU match. Now this game shows my luck, which rarely happens at all, and it also shows why I don't use Togekiss, since Togekiss is a pretty hacksy poke and is a luck-based Pokemon in general. And as you see in the team preview, this Shedinja is a big problem to my team, since Shedinja's Wonder Guard ability lets it only get hit by super effective moves, and the only pokes I have super effective moves for are, well, basically all of my members besides my Milotic. Well, it's going to be really hard just to get it on that, since she's probably going to switch out, and I have to be careful of using my Rotom Heat as well, since Chandelier's there, so I can't really use fire moves freely until I take it out. So let's just go ahead and begin the battle. So I'm going to lead off with Rotom Heat, predicting him to lead off with Shedinja, which he actually does, which is great, because I know now that he's probably going to switch out and go into his Chandelier, predicting me to go to Fire move, just get the Flash Fire ability. So I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt instead, and he does go and do that according to what I thought he was going to do. And according to his name, he's probably Scarfed, and he shows that he's Scarfed here since he went first, so I know I can live a Shadow Ball since I am the bulky set, and I'm able to Thunderbolt him and take him out. So basically, I took out one threat, like the biggest threat on his team, on the first 3 turns, and basically the biggest threat in UU. As he's gonna switch into this Drapion, as he's gonna hit me with a Crunch, I'm gonna live that, and I'm gonna go for the Pain Split just to get as much health back as possible. Which Pain Split was actually pretty dangerous, since he could have switched into Shedinja predicting that and I'd be at 1 HP, but he probably wouldn't do it since I do scare him with the fire moves. As he's gonna switch into I'm gonna switch into my Milotic, predicting him to go for some physical attack again, since I am the physically defensive set, I believe. As he's gonna set up spikes. Now I went for the Skull just to get the burn to cut its attack, and I do cut its attack, as he's gonna whirlwind me out. So basically he just wants to poison all my pokes at this point, and he whirlwinds me out to the worst one out of all the pokes I have, into my Galvantula, since my Galvantula needs a long time just to set up, and it's very frail as well. So now basically my Durantula is basically kinda useless, but it'll be a bit useful, as you can see later, as I'm just gonna go into my Togekiss, predicting him to switch out to his Shedinja, which he does. So now I'm just gonna go for the safe Air Slash, knowing that if he decides to switch out, I'm just gonna hit something, but I unfortunately get this Registeel, which is especially defensive, because if I went for a different move instead and he stayed in with Shedinja, I'd be locked into it and I'd be screwed, since I'm the Scarf set. So I'm gonna go into my Hitmontop just to basically wall him, as he's gonna go for the Thunder Wave, which doesn't affect me since I'm already poisoned. So now I know that I can switch into my Hitmontop all the time on this Registeel. He's probably gonna go for a Thunder Wave on my Togekiss since it's Scarf. So I'm gonna predict him to switch out to Shedinja again, and I get that right again. So now I'm gonna go for the Fire Blast, which I should have went for earlier, since it's super effective to both his Shedinja and his Registeel, but he switches into this Mew. Now, Mews are always annoying as hell, because you don't know what they are, what kind of set they are, and when they are any kind of defensive set, they're really hard to take out. And as you can see, this is a special defensive set with Calm Mind, so I don't really have anything for this other than my Galvantula and my Mew, and possibly my Hitmontop as well, as he's going to set up a Calm Mind, and I'm just going to go for the safe Bug Buzz, knowing that if he decides to sway in, he'll probably die from it, and he probably thinks I'm choices some way since he doesn't see leftovers, but I just have a Focus Sash, as he predicts my Bug Buzz and goes into his Shedinja, which doesn't get affected by it. But he does not know I carry Hidden Power Fire, so I'm able to hit him, but he has a Focus Sash, as he's just going to go for a Sword Dance. So this thing is still a big threat to my team, as I need to hit it one more time to kill it. And he knows that I'm faster than him, so he's gonna switch out and go into his Registeel just to wall whatever special attack I do. As I'm gonna predict that switch and go for the Agility Ball, the Agility to set up my Electric Ball, not Agility Ball. So now I'm just gonna go for Electric Ball just to get as much damage as I can on this Registeel, as it does a pretty sizable amount despite the fact that it's a special defensive wall. And now at this point, I believe he's going to switch it to Shedinja here, so I went for the Hidden Power Fire, but he's not going to yet. As if I went for the Electric Ball, I could have possibly killed this Registeel, but he does the right move and stays in, and goes for a rest, and he's basically going to get all of his health back, and also he shows that he has the Chesto Berry as his held item, and he's a Chesto Resto set pretty much, so basically he's awake again. Now I'm gonna predict him to switch into Shedinja this time, predicting to go for Electric Ball since this is my last turn of living, and I thought he'd think that I want to get as much damage as I can as possible, so I went for the Hidden Power Fire. But he makes the smart move again. It stays in and goes for the Seismic Toss and basically takes me out, since I probably couldn't do anything to him anyways. So I'm gonna go into my Ronin Heat just to scare this thing out, as I'm not gonna over predict, and I'm just gonna go for the Overheat. And this Mew doesn't take it well, but since it's Overheat and my Spec Attack is going to go down, this next Overheat will definitely not kill it since it's at a good range, and the leftovers probably took it to the point where it won't die. So I know he's probably going to go for either like a Roost or a Softball or some recovery move. So I'm going to switch out to my Milotic, as he is going to go for the Soft Boil, as I get the Marvel Scale ability activated, which ups my defense since I'm status inflicted with poison. So now this part was a bit stally here, as this is basically him setting up Calm Minds and me getting him Toxiced and after turns effects in general. So now basically once I Toxic him here, he can't stay in for long, since if he stays in for like 8 turns he's gonna die no matter what, as I'm regularly poisoned, so I can just recover it up all the time. As he's gonna set up a Calm Mind here, as I predicted him to attack me now since he is Toxiced, and he probably wanted to try to get more damage from me, as I went for the cover, but as you see he didn't attack me. So now he's gonna go for the Heal Belt. So basically I thought, crap, I'm gonna get swept here, as I predicted him to switch into Shedinja, but I missed the Toxic anyways. So now I'm gonna have to switch out and I'm gonna go into my Mew. This is my physical attacking Mew, so I can go for a Sucker Punch and possibly take this thing out, since this thing is specially defensive. As he decides to go for Aura Spirit, I don't know why Aura Spirit, I don't know what he was predicting. I guess since he has Zen Headbutt, it'll probably miss, it sometimes misses, so I guess that's why he went for Aura Spirit, I don't know. As now, I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch, predicting him to attack me with a Shadow Ball or something, but he's gonna switch it out to his Drapion, predicting either my Psychic move or to resist my Shadow Ball. So that was a good play on his part, as he got basically a free switch in. So now I'm going to switch out to my Hitmontop to take the Crunch and to get the Intimidate drop on the Drapion as well, as he is going to go for the Crunch, and I'm going to take that well since I resist it and I'm a bulky Hitmontop. Now, these sets of plays here, I was predicting Shedinja to come in again. Since Shedinja, I was really worried about the Shedinja this game, so that's why I kept on going for Toxics and stuff and all that super effective moves against him in those switches, as he's going to set up a second layer of Toxic Spikes as I go for a Toxic and over predict. So he got a free layer of spikes up. So now I'm predicting him this time to switch out to Shedinja, since he has 2 layer spikes, so I don't know why he would want to stay in, but he's just going to Whirlwind me and stay in, since I probably can't do anything to him anyways. So he made the good play there, and I basically see that these rocks are limiting my Whirlwind Heat and probably my Togekiss' survivability as well. So I should have went for Rapid Spin during those times I tried to Toxic the Drapion, but I was afraid of Shedinja switching in and getting a free switch in and blocking my Rapid Spin. So now I'm going to switch into my Togekiss, since I basically just want to kill out this Drapion at this point. So I'm going to go for Air Slash, and I'm going to get the flinch here since I have the Staring Grace ability, and it ups my air Slash's flinching chances to 60%. As I flinch him twice here, and that's how you can see that Togekiss is kind of lucky and I'm getting lucky in general. I'm going to take him out just because of those flinches. But I don't think it would really make a difference, because he couldn't do anything to me besides Whirlwind me out. So now he knows I'm locked into Air Slash, so I'm going to switch into my Hitmontop, predicting him to go for the Thunder Wave, as he does go for the Thunder Wave. Now I finally make the smart move and not predict Shedinja coming in, and I'm just going to go for the Rapid Spin and get rid of these rocks. So now my Rotor Heat and Togekiss can freely switch in again, and everything that can possibly be poisoned as well as already poisoned, so I don't really care if he sets up Toxic Spikes again at this point. Well, he can't anyways, his Drapion's dead. But he's gonna go for the Seismic Toss, and he's gonna leave me down to the point where the poison is gonna kill me, so I'm gonna predict him to predict me to go for the fighting move, and he's gonna switch out to the Shedinja, and I finally get the Toxic prediction on the Shedinja. So now the Shedinja is gonna die from Toxic, and I can finally freely go for any move I want. So now at this point he's gonna switch out to the Sceptile, and I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch, predicting him to attack me. Luckily, he does attack me, and he just goes for a Giga Drain. Now, if he was the Life Orb like Sword Dancing set, and I went for Sucker Punch and I went for Sword Dance there, I'd basically be screwed, and he'd probably set up on my team. So now, for some reason, I switched into my Mew. I don't know why I switched into Mew, because as you can see, he's clearing specs since you didn't see any leftovers or anything, and no one really cares a Focus Sash set. And he takes out my Mew, so I wasted my Mew. So now he's gonna switch out to his Registeel, predicting my Air Slash, but I'm actually gonna go for a Fire Blast since Fire Blast is super effective to both Sceptile and Registeel. And I get to use this burn here since that Fire Blast is a 2-hit KO anyways, but that basically shows my luck, as I'm gonna hit my second Fire Blast, luckily for me, and I get to use this crit, but then again, that's an insult to his face, and that shows my luck, so I'm sorry for that. As he's gonna go into this Mew. Now, I'm gonna switch out and go into my Rotom Heat just to take the hit or whatever, and get a Pain Split as well, as he's gonna set up a Calm Mind. Now, this Mew basically is gonna wall my team since I've lost my Galvantula, which basically could easily take this out. I've lost Hitmontop to go for Sucker Punches, so all I really have left is my Mew. Oh, actually, I lost my Mew as well, so I don't have anything to take this out in general. So, as you see, I went for Pain Split, as he's just gonna keep on setting up Calm Minds, and I stupidly go for Overheat, thinking that this would do a lot, but he's at +2 at this point, and he's special defensive as well, so that's not gonna do anything to him. So, yeah, this Mew is basically setting up in my face and is getting ready to sweep my team, as he probably can now. So he's gonna go for the Soft Boil just to get as much health back as he can to get ready for this sweep, as for some reason I go for the Will-O-Wisp just to get a burn, just get residual damage, I guess? I don't know, but this burn does actually help, as you'll see in a moment, as now I'm gonna finally switch out here after these after-turn effects, and I'm gonna go into my Togekiss. Now, this Togekiss is the only thing that can take on this Mew at this point, as he's gonna go for the Aura Sphere. I don't know why he's going for Aura Sphere again, because if he went for his stab move, he could have possibly taken me out. But anyways, this Togekiss is my only thing that can take this thing out at this point, since this is a very haxy Pokemon, so I gotta hope for like crits and flinches, and I get a crit and a flinch, so basically that shows my luck right there. As now I'm gonna go for another Air Slash again, and I thought this would kill, but it doesn't, so I'm speaking out, but I flinched him. So basically, this luck of mine that's actually happening, I'm so happy for it, if that made any sense. But yeah, I take out the Mew, as he's gonna switch into his final poke, which is his Sceptile, and I'm just gonna go for the Air Slash since it's super effective. And this time I don't get the flinch on it, surprisingly, and it doesn't kill either, as he's gonna take me out with the Leaf Storm since he is Specs. That's gonna easily take me out, as now he's locked into Leaf Storm, and Leaf Storm is gonna do a whole lot to whatever poke I switch into next, because I only have my Milotic and Rotom Heat at this point, so I gotta hope Rotom Heat can take a Leaf Storm. And since I am the bulky set, I'm gonna take that well, and I'm just gonna go for the Overheat, and that will easily take out this Sceptile. And that will be a 2-0 win for me because of all the luck and the hacks in general. So that was a good game, scarletspider. I'm sorry for all the hacks and stuff and all the luck. Since then, I haven't used a Togekiss at all, since it's very lucky in hacks base poke. And the reason why I used it for this game was because it's the only Scarfer I had at the time. So yeah, you probably won't be seeing any more Togekisses from me anymore. So like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you guys later.